welcome back. One of my friends messaged me and basically said that she's doing an art show and she asked me if I would apply. So I'm applying right now. But I wanted to take you through the process of how to actually apply in real time. I'm going to read you everything and show you everything that I'm submitting to this art show so you have a real understanding of how this actually all works. Okay, so let's start with reading it. Sorry, I feel like I need to sneeze. Okay, it's gone. Okay, it says about the exhibition. This multimedia exhibition explores and examines how personal identity is woven from the ecological, ancestral, and urban landscape around us, exploring the deep interconnections between self, memory, and place. So great. My work kind of fits into that, so that's good. Mediums, two-dimensional works like drawings, paintings, prints, textiles, and mixed media. Okay, cool. They're just letting us know what they're accepting in here. Three-dimensional works like pottery and sculpture that can fit within the dimensions of 60 inches long, 36 inches wide, and 35 inches high. Okay, well, I don't really need to worry about that because I'm terrible at sculpture, so I'd never submit it to anything. Artworks will not be accepted if the work has been previously exhibited at this gallery. The work was demonstrated by instructors. It is a copy of a work by another artist, whether paintings, photographs, or illustrations. It is a digital reproduction of the original artist's work. In photography, the image is a reproduction of someone else's work. Example, graffiti, public art that has not been creatively interpreted. And then it says the deadline November 9th at 11:59 p.m. and then artwork pickup January 16th, 2026, 10 p.m. to 11 a.m. I wonder if they mean 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. We'll find out. So reading all of this, they're telling us exactly what they want. If anything does not fall within these parameters, I would highly suggest not submitting something. No one's going to be making an exception for you. One of the reasons for that is if they make an exception for you, then all the other artists are going to be like, what the hell, dude? Another reason is it just shows that you don't know how to follow instructions and it looks bad on you. If you have any questions, a good thing to always do is to reach out to whoever is putting on the exhibit. Usually they have a contact that you can reach out to and just ask like, hey, does this fall within the parameters of the exhibit? And they'll get back to you right away. I've done that a few times, just asking questions like that. But yeah, I just want to reiterate, your artwork is not going to be considered special and an exception to all these rules, which is a mistake I find a lot of young artists make. Okay, so let's actually go into what they're asking for. So in the submission, they ask for an artist biography, an artist statement, my email, and my website. And then I'm assuming as we continue on with this process, they're going to start asking for images and image details and whatnot. So let's start with artist biography. The biography that I'm putting in is pretty much the same one that's on my website. It's good if you're an artist to create a biography about yourself because almost every single art exhibit I've ever done, they always ask for a biography. So this is what I wrote for my biography. Sarah Van Dusen is an artist from Toronto, Ontario. She graduated from Centennial College Fine Arts Studio Program and received the Faculty Scholarship Award. Sarah continued her education at OCAD-U, earning a BFA in drawing and painting. She has designed and implemented multiple mural projects in the Scarborough area as part of Street Art Toronto's initiative to deter graffiti tagging and beautify the city. She has also participated in numerous group exhibits in the Toronto core. Her most recent body of work focuses on self-portraiture and identity. A lot of that is just straight to the point stuff. It's just highlighting my education and things I've done. In a biography, you honestly don't need to get too deep into it. I'd say just say like where you're from, where you went to school if you did go to school, and then just some projects you've worked on. You don't need to make it this intense thing. This is the end of my biography. I think it's only like, how many sentences is this? 1, 2, 3. My biography is only 4 sentences. It's fine. Okay, so artist statement. I have a whole video talking about artist statements and all of the different things you can talk about in your artist statement. I'm going to read mine so that you all have an example of what an artist statement could sound like. So here we go. I use my home videos and photographs as my source material to create autobiographical oil paintings about my family. Exploring my family archive of photographs, I gravitate towards images that seem spontaneous and candid. Through the translation of these photographs into paintings, I focus on exploring our family dynamics and moments of personal growth. The familiarity of mundane moments, awkward cropping, and capturing spontaneous expressions allows the imagery to become personal and relatable. In Susan Sontag's essay on photography, she states that the function of photography is to act as a documentation that an event occurred or that a feeling was experienced. By reflecting on these family photographs and videos, I am inviting the viewer to connect with the imagery and with feelings of nostalgia. All right, it ties into the theme of identity, so that's really good for this show. We love that for me. Again, if you want to know more about artist statements, I just suggest checking out the video I made about artist statements. I just go more in depth there. Next thing they're asking for is my email, and then the next thing is my website. So let's go to the next page. So here's what it says. It says, please submit 1 to 3 artworks in considering the following guidelines. Submit a PDF file of your artwork, max 10 megabytes per file. Label your file as such: first name, last name, title, artwork number. And then they even give an example for us, which is Peter Parker with great power 1. Amazing. The work must be show ready for the drop-off date, meaning that they're ready for display, fully dried, mounted, etc. I think I said mounted. I meant to say mounted. All canvases, framed works must have D-rings with a wire attached. If the work is deemed unfit for display on the artwork drop-off date, the exhibition team and the gallery will reserve the right to reject the artwork. This is all normal stuff. Typically, they want you to take care of this for them. I think it's better for the artists just to figure this out themselves, personally. It also creates less work for them when they're already doing a million other things. They're really strict on all of this stuff, which they should be. If you come unprepared, it just shows how unprofessional you can be, and you don't want to give that impression, okay? So all that stuff is fine. When it comes to submitting your artwork, follow the directions specifically. So I'm going to follow this like to a T, 10 megabytes. I'm going to label exactly how they want it. And then if they accept me into this art show, then I'm going to hang it exactly how they're asking me to hang it. I'm not going to just do something else when it comes to hanging, because clearly they have a specific way that they would like it hung. And I'm not going to mess around with that. All right, so let's see what images we're going to pick for this. I need to go with smaller pieces because this is going to be like a bit of a trek for me, and I'm taking it on the subway, so need to consider transportation as well. So let's see what we have available. Let's take a look actually around the apartment. It took me a hot minute to decide, but these are the 3 that I'm gonna end up going with. So I've labeled everything like they've asked. I put my first name, the title, and then the number of the artwork. So they've also asked for the image details. So they've asked for the title, the year, the medium, the size, and the price I would like to sell it at. I like to put all this information in the same exact format that they've asked it. For instance, I'm not gonna put the year first and then the title and then the medium. I'm going to do it exactly how they asked, so the title, the year, the medium, the size, etc. I find that they usually just end up printing it almost exactly like how you've written it, so it's good to have it in the same format that they've written it in. Next thing, they've asked if I'm available to drop off my work. Yes, I'll be there. Confirm you're able to pick up your work if selected on January 16th, 2026 between 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Okay, so yes, they did mean 10 a.m. and not 10 p.m. So cool. I am available, so yes. Next one doesn't apply to me because it's if you selected no, and then that's it. Then we just submit. I usually like to check everything over before I press submit, which is really good, just in case you've missed something, so make sure that you always do that. And yeah, now we just wait and see what happens. Also, sometimes what I like to do is I like to just write down the dates that they mentioned for things to expect. Date of pickup, date that they're going to notify me if I'm in the show, all of that stuff, so that I can just write it down and be like, okay, because sometimes they take down these posts and they don't really like keep you up to date on what's happening, so it's good to just like have it in your back pocket. So I'm gonna write down all that stuff. Anyway, I hope you guys got some sort of something out of that. Classic me never outroing, because why would I? I just wanted to say before I go, if anyone ever has any questions about applying to shows or you're unsure about something, you can literally just DM me. Like, I'll answer. I just don't see a point in me hoarding knowledge if I can just help someone. Anyway, that being said, if you like this video, give it a like. If you want to sub, then sub. If you want to buy stickers and magnets, link is in the description. Bye!